All right, Shabbat Shalom, y'all. What's going on? Nakwayahu Yeshraya here, on Nakwaya Yeshraya here. All right, so I want to talk about, I'm going to title this Good Evil Doers. You have evil good doers, you know, evil doers and evil people that do good, but you also have good evil doers and shit, you know, people that do good but are still evil people. Um, However, it sounds funny, right? So let's go into this. Good evil doers is the title. All right, so let's start with just give you. I'm gonna skim this part about the judging others, but Matthew chapter 7. I'm gonna just give it to you. Verse 1 says, judge not that you be not judged, for with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with what measure you meet, or it will be measured to you." Again, first off, just jumping in, it's not saying um don't analyze, don't assess, because judgment means many different things. Like I said before in previous videos, it depends on the context and what's really actually happening, what's being said here. Okay, if you go to court, judgment could be just sentencing you about something, about a matter, like a domestic issue, somebody owed you money. That, yes, you do want to judge to kind of give a sentence on that. You don't want to just randomly think that it's just saying don't judge people, because we do need judgment. We do need judges. Whenever we need our cause need to be met. Like, I had a car collision some years ago. I need a lawyer, but I'm being kind not to basically sue anybody and get myself out of this gutter. Because if I sue somebody, I can get myself easily out of this gutter, but I'm sacrificing. So I'm a real sacrificer. So I took the real hit. I took an actual collision hit and then just didn't sue anybody. And, my body messed up from that and everything. So still, if you go to court, there's judges that give you sentences and things like that on who's right, who's wrong, what somebody owe you, what they got to pay you, things like that. Because if you can't settle it, uh, if you can't settle it person to person, you need that. So it's not saying that. Judge not that you be not judged. It's saying don't kill anybody. Don't take someone's life. Judgment in this sense is basically punishing someone. Like, you're trying to take someone's life, you're trying to commit violence on somebody, or harm someone. It's not technically a sentence of like money or something like you're right, he's wrong type thing. It's actually trying to hurt someone. So judge not that you be not judged, because when you seek to try to hurt somebody or harm someone, or to take someone's life, or inflict bloodshed, and inflict punishment and things like that on people. Sorry about that. Uh, Sorry about that, y'all. My stuff be blocking out, stuff like that. All right, make sure my stuff didn't go off. Uh, anyway, sorry, but it's not talking about that. They're just talking about don't try to commit violence, you know, and things like that, just willy nilly. Things have to be properly done, because there are laws in the Torah that things that are worthy of death, casting stones at people and things like that. There's sins worthy of death and sins not worthy of death. So you want to be careful when you judge, or when you want to inflict punishment on someone and cause bloodshed or damage or bruises and things like that, before you even try to say a woman is a witch, because witches must die by fire and things like that. You must be careful. Analyze, assess, have your judges ready, understand what's going on. So again, verse 1, judge not that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you will be judged, and with what measure you meet, it will be measured to you. And why behold you the mote that is in your brother's eye, but considers not the beam that is in your own eye? Or how will you say to your brother, let me pull out the mote out of your eye, and behold, a beam is in your own eye? All right. And everybody loved this. You kind of like stop at that portion of it. But verse 5 and 6 give you the full context or context, and it says, you hypocrite. What's a hypocrite? Somebody that don't practice what they speak and things like that. So someone who does practice what they speak is not a hypocrite, right? So it say first cast out the beam. So what it's saying here, yeah, you got a problem yourself, and you want to be judging other people. You got issues yourself, and things like you could have did something that's worthy of death yourself, or you had flaws and crazy flaws and shit yourself, but you want to be killing people, casting people out of assemblies and shit like that. But you got issues yourself and shit that's way bigger than this person's issue, and you just took it there. So it said first cast out, first fix your own issue out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to cast out the mote out of your brother's eye. Fix your issues first. Then you'll be able to fix someone else's issues. All right? Give not that which is holy to the dogs, though. Okay? Fix your issue before you try to fix someone else's issue or whatever the case. However, don't give that which is clean and pure to the dogs. Neither cast you your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and then in turn again and rend you. You turn around like, okay, so it's giving you understanding here. Be careful how you judge, you know, and when you do judge, make sure your situation is clean first. But if you're coming across people that could care less what you're saying, they have no ears for you. They're, as you call them, goyim. They're Gentiles. They live a perverted way. They're not trying to change the way they live and things like that. They nowhere near the Most High. So don't try to go over there judging people that is nowhere near the Most High or trying to get near the Most High. They blatantly, obviously, and willfully live against the Most High. So don't go over there trying to rebuke them and judge them and stuff like that, or else they'll throw away your precious words and then try to hurt you. Same thing goes with brothers as well. People be in this Torah, but they be pigs for real, you know? And you can't tell them anything, you know? They just want power and authority and leadership and things like that. They're really swine for real. They're really dogs for real. Because when you try to tell them something, they have no ears for you. It's like, you can tell me nothing, you can teach me nothing. They always want to fight, always want to battle. And they're not about healing and peace. They're not trying to get to the conclusion or the truth of the matter. There's no healing in the situation. Just, I've been in it more years than you, or I'm above you, or is that head strong? Your eyes fucked up. Get that beam out your eye first. The way you seeing people, the way you view yourself, your belittlement issues, your humility issues, your meekness issues. You have an issue with weakness and meekness. You don't like the fact of being weak to people and stuff like that. You just, that power struggle. That being weak is weak to you. But there are moments where you must be weak. Especially when it comes to judgment, you must be weak and humble so that you can clearly see the playing field, and people's issues and causes and stuff. So that way your heart can be right, the balance can be set. The scale is a sensitive situation. You don't want to be too hard. So you need to balance that out by being soft. So those scales won't be uneven weights and too heavy on one side and then it's off balance. But if you stay soft and stuff like that. So same thing when it goes for women. When you try to talk to women, you want to be softer and things like that. You don't want to be shofaring and shit. You want to be softer, because then it agitates their spirit, and then they got to nurture the children and things like that. So while we went through judgment and stuff like that, the judgment part does tie into the next portion. I know they sectioned it off here, but it ties into the next portion. Verse 7, it said, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it will be open to you. Now, I'm going to skip down because this is not what I'm really getting to. Wait. It says, verse 9, or what man is there of you, whom if his son ask bread, will he give him a stone? Or if he ask a fish, will he give him a serpent? All right. Verse 11. If you then being evil know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father which is in Shemaim or heaven give good things to them that ask him? All right. So I'm going to stop there. The point I'm trying to get out of that is not necessarily what you're reading as far as like, it's just the main point in 11. If you then being evil know how to give good gifts to your children, that's the part I'm really trying to get out of all this. Like, who would give? You're an evil person, right? You know you're a devil, you're a Satan, you're doomed, whatever this IUIC assembly and stuff, all of these brothers know they damn to hell and shit like that, but they still holding the Torah and stuff in their hands and stuff like that. That's what it says. Of what man is there of you whom if his son asks bread, will he give him a stone? You know you on your way to hell. You know you fucked up. You know you did shit in your life. But you having children, you don't want to see bad for your children. So you could be even, so I'm saying that because I'm in the LGBTQ community. Now, you murdered a woman named Joy Morgan. Okay? It says if you then being evil know how to give good gifts to your children. This is the point. People are evil out here. People are wicked. People are abominable. But you might have a man that's bisexual. He might be part of the gay community. Or he could be a transgender. You got Caitlyn Jenner, who used to be Bruce Jenner. You know what I'm saying? He has children. Give me a minute. Stuff keep on clipping. Sorry about that. Caitlyn Jenner. He used to be Bruce Jenner. He has children. Kylie Jenner and Kendall Jenner. All right, that's an evil thing to have children. Then cut your dick off and become a. That's some evil shit. It fucked your children up. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, no matter how fucked up you did some shit like that, so fucked up to yourself, you still know how to give good gifts to your children. You still, if your daughters went to church, let's say your daughters went to IUIC, your name is Bruce Jenner, okay? Your daughters went to IUIC, okay? And then they were in a university, a well-known university or something like that. It makes you very proud that your daughters went to church to become a modest and chaste woman, as well as went to school to try to become something of themselves, like an attorney or whatever the case. They went a good path, and then you can sit back in your mind. Your mind is evil as shit. You thinking about becoming Caitlyn Jenner, but before you become Caitlyn Jenner, you see your daughters going to church. You see your daughters going to school, going to university, and things like that, trying to get that degree and stuff like that. Then you become Caitlyn Jenner out of nowhere. Still, even though you had evil thoughts in your mind to do that to yourself and pervert yourself and become abominable like that with that act, you still want to see your daughters well off. So what I'm saying is, the whole entire world, to the maximum level of abomination, still can't see their children being evil like them. They still want good for their children if they listen. You see what I'm saying? If they don't listen, then yeah, of course they'll drag their children down with them. But it said if you then being evil is not Rasha, it's Rai. Okay, you then being Rai, evil, not Rasha, just wicked. You're a little wicked or something. You got a little flaw with yourself. No, you then being Rai, you know right from wrong. You just doing wrong, knowing better. You know better, but you're not doing better. If you then being Rai, know how to give good gifts to your children. Come on now. Don't you think that the rest of the world who is Rai as well, or Rasha as well, okay, they know that certain things are wrong to do, but they do it anyway. Then still, they know how to give good gifts to their children. They still want well for their children. That's what I'm saying. Good evil doers. You're good evil doers. Or, yeah, evil good doers. Or I'm going to title it something. Evil good doers or something like that. So, you being evil and abominable, you still do good for your children. You still feed them, take care of them, send them to school. You still teach them, give them lessons. You don't be hard on them and things like that. You still are soft to your children, because it's like, yo, they came from me. They're a part of me. It's like you being soft to yourself. If you had a second chance, you look at it in your children. So people that are evil, they look at their children. So even in the LGBTQ community, they can't see it, because some of these men out here are bisexual, and they have wives or they have girlfriends and things like that, and they have children by them, but they still gay or whatever. They still can't see that shit. Like, yo, this is my daughter, my whole son, my whole daughter. If my child went to church and then went to university and tried to be something good of themselves, it makes that gay man feel like, damn, it makes him feel in a way that I could have done better, or I could have. It could even save him in some kind of way. My child or my son or my daughter, they chose a holy path. I feel good about myself. I feel accomplished. Something that not many people have been able to do, I've been able to do. Inspire my child to go a holy way in life. And that's honorable to me. Then they would live the rest of their life covering for their child, them being homosexual. They would cover for their child. Leave my child alone. They're a holy person. They going the right way. I'm the one that's gay. That's what they would say. I'm the one that's gay. My child is not. Let them have a future. I love to see it. I love to see it. It feels good to see that I can look at my child and my child is respectful to me, honoring me, not doing anything bad, no bad reports. People come to me and be like, man, your daughter is such a good woman, such a good young woman or whatever. Sorry about my phone. Sorry about that. I gotta keep on moving this thing. Keep glitching out. I don't know. I gotta fix that. Kind of keep my screen from blotting out and stuff like that. I'll get to that after this. So, cause I be doing videos, be blotting out. Anyway, yeah, that's what it make a person say, man, I feel good about this. It make me feel proud. It make me feel like this. It make me feel good. It gives them an extra push in their life, you know, that they can say, my daughter or my child is a pious woman. She's a woman that went to school. She's not like these hoes out here. Because typical that homosexual men don't like women really, because their character is like, they're sour. The women, majority of the women out here are very sour. They're not women like they used to be. So it's nothing really to honor or to fight for anymore. But when you have that homosexual man and he like, yo, my daughter went a good way. Like, yo, she's not like these women out here that I don't like. I'm disgusted at these women. But my daughter is like, yo, she make me feel better about, women and things like that. She was my glimmer of hope, my beacon of light, of thinking that there's no one out here, no women out here and things like that. That's what you need to understand. So sorry about the disrespect in the background. So at the end of the day, I am in the gay community. So I didn't know that at first, but is that and whatever. It's part of the sacrifice. So yeah, I thought that I was gonna be chilling, but with all that, whatever, man. I'll talk about that later. Um, but I just wanted to make the point. Even the most abominable men out there, if they had a daughter, they even in jail, gay, all that stuff, in jail and all that stuff. You sucking dicks like crazy in jail and all that. But your daughter come to visit you, you talk on the phone, you happy as shit to hear good things and good reports about her. It make you feel good to even go back into jail. You even got your brothers honoring her and stuff like that. All y'all gay, but y'all honoring her. Y'all don't even show that. Because it's like, wow, your daughter is in university. She's going to church. Look at that head wrap. She's beautiful, my man. That's a wife. That's a beautiful young woman. Then you in a jail cell, gay as shit, crying happy as shit, that out of all of the pain women cause you, all of the hatred that you have for women, your daughter's not your hatred. She saved your heart of no longer having trust in women, that there are good women out here. She saved your whole swogie, saved your whole heart. And then you took a second chance to be like, you know what, bro? I'm going to shake this gay shit and I'm going to be strong and stay tight for my daughter, man. She's really showing me, she's making me proud for real, man. And then brothers, they respect it. Yeah, man, I feel that. We ain't even going to fuck with you in jail no more. We ain't going to do nothing. Ain't going to try to get your butts or cheeks or nothing no more, man. Fuck that. That you got a chance, man. That was my daughter, man. You see what I'm saying? It does that for men. I don't know about women, but I would say it does that for men. The only reason I can understand that is because I have the same pain when it comes to women. So I can kind of understand what kind of makes them cross lines. Even though I can't cross the line, I serve the Most High, I do everything for the Most High, the Creator. But I could kind of understand the pain of a man when it comes to a woman that would make them want to cross the line and deal with men. I can kind of see it, but I can't cross that line. It's not in me. But I try to feel these brothers. I try to look at them and see what their pain coming from. And a lot of their pains I share, but it's just that they might not have known the Most High to keep them secure. And they kind of like get weak, and the energy, that bad get hit with the energy, and that gay energy take them over from being weak and being in pain from women and stuff like that. So yeah, if you're not serving the Most High, your back can get breached and you can get taken by the LGBTQ community. you know. But if not, you serve the Most High, you have a vow with Him, your soul belongs to Him, He'll keep you strong and safe. You're doing it for Him, not for people. So it's a little different. But I just wanted to make that one point, evil good doers. All right, so evil good doers, man. If you then being evil know how to give good gifts to your children, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to say the second part. Not how much more your Father in heaven will give good things to them that ask him, but it's more like you serve him, so you ask him, and you'll be faithful and honorable as a child, an obedient child. Commandment 5, honor your father and mother. You know, he will give you good things if you ask. But, which also, if you keep his Torah, he has an ear to hear your prayers and stuff like that. Not straying away from the Torah. But at the same time, I just wanted to say, you being evil, you being evil, note if you have good children, you would give good gifts to those good children. How much more the Most High Father, if you're a good child, would he give good things to you if you ask? You know what I'm saying? Because it's verse 9. Or what man is there of you, whom if his son asks bread, will give him a stone? You know what I'm saying? You could be homosexual all day. Your son is straight, or your daughter, whatever the case. You hate women like a motherfucker, but your daughter's like bringing hope to you in some sense. You still hate women, but you love your daughter. She's just a special case, right? But she asking you for bread, you wouldn't give her a stone because you hate women. You know what I'm saying? She's your second chance. You hoping that she honors you, make you proud. Verse 10, or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent? No. You gonna sit there and be like, yo, my daughter's in church. Look at that head wrap. It's beautiful. Look at the colors and stuff. She's dancing and stuff all in the church. Look at all of those beautiful sisters in there. My daughter in there with these beautiful sisters. They in the church with God. They praying and preaching. These are some strong brothers here and things like that. These sisters are together and united and stuff like that. It makes you feel good. You send your daughter to you suggested your daughter go to church. She went to church just to honor you, and you felt proud about that. You know that your daughter's safe going to church. Man, my daughter's in church. You know she getting healing. Look at the way they dancing and the sisters and stuff. She getting healing. And she's in college. She's going to the university to get a degree. You all the way feeling good. Gay or not, you the worst man in the fucking planet. Your daughter is in church and she's in college, university. Next thing you know, you heard your daughter got shot by some guy that's in charge of some fucking portion of the church or some what the fuck? You see what I'm saying? So this is not a matter, is what I'm saying. This is not a matter that is swept under the rug by anybody. Not one man out here or one woman out here, regardless how evil they are or not, will be able to let this slide. And that's why I went to the scripture. It's not something that's going to be swooned over, or people going to be able to overlook this. It's not going to calm down. Everybody in their right mind will be like, yo, that's fucked up. And they're going to all feel the same way. Because if that was their daughter, is this scripture here. If you then being evil know how to give good gifts to your children. If that was my daughter, gay or not, these niggas would have been dead. So it's a lose-lose. It's a lose-lose. She was a teenager. 17, like between 17 and 19 years old, they said. Whatever teen. You don't even want to hear, how the fuck my daughter's in church and she's a teenager? That's already honorable. She not all here running the streets. She's in church at teen years age. That's honorable, my nigga. She didn't wait till she was about 40, 50 years old to be like, I'm going to go find God. After you done did a bunch of bullshit and shit. Dishonored your father's name out there. You not a virgin or nothing like that. She's in the church at whatever teen years old. And going to university. Trying to become something. Joy Morgan. Then you killed Joy. Now Joy is Morgan. Y'all playing and shit and all that shit. Some random ass nigga that's a loud mouth ass guy with a wife already. Touching up, all on another sister and shit like that. You want 2 wives and whatever the fuck that situation was. It had to do with jealousy. Because it wasn't no issue. You didn't hear about any issues with her or anything like that until you heard about some guy named Shofar who got a wife already. A guy named Shofar with a wife already. That already let you know something was going on deeper than what we was understanding. And then my next video, it's not going to be right after this, but I'll do it probably like tomorrow or something. But it's going to be on polygyny. All right? Polygyny. Hopefully I remember, because my phone dying. I'll probably go to the library tomorrow since it'll be open. I'll just do that and just do my little notes and stuff like that. It's going to be basic polygyny or plural marriage basics. basic polygyny, the basics of biblical polygyny. Not going to go in too deep, but just give you the basics of biblical polygyny. But because IUIC don't teach polygyny or don't talk about it like that, you just make it like men are wicked for wanting to have more than one wife. Because they don't teach it, it makes sisters think that it's an evil thing for more than one sister to have the same husband. And then the brothers rob with that too. It just shows that they're all unlearned, or they're not learned or whatever. Maybe he think it's saving the people or something like that. It's like I don't know, maybe it's some control type substance type situation that him knowing the Torah would not teach that correctly, knowing that all through the Torah you see men with more than one wife and it's never frowned upon, and the only thing frowned upon is the strange wife. And we'll go into that more specifically, okay, because it never says anything about not having more than one wife. It only talks about not having a strange wife or more than one woman that's a strange woman. Don't be having strange women and shit. And what's a strange woman? And so we'll go into that. And that's really all it really be about. Sisters they just be full of it. You're not supposed to have any strange wives and stuff like that because the Torah tells you you can't have many women, and it's talking about the strange woman, the woman that, and we'll go into that. So, with that said, I'm gonna let it go for now. Shabbat shalom, y'all. Shalom, Shabbat shalom, mishpacha by Yisrael, by Yishraya, the Kwayahu Yishraya sana.